Coming up on this week's Collegian Report, the search for a new dean of the Honors College is over. We'll let you know who has been chosen to lead the college.
Plus, comedy, whimsy, and dramatics have made their way to the Performing Arts Center.
And see how a Girl Scout tradition has made its way into the student union. The Collegian Report starts now. Welcome back to the Collegian Report. I'm Ella Stiefvater.
And I'm Ryan Davis. Greg Heiberger will take over as Dean of SDSU's Van D. and Barbara B. Fishback Honors College following a national search. He has served as interim dean since last May. Heiberger spent 5 years in student affairs and 10 years advising pre-med students. He took over the Accelerated Masters in Human Biology in 2017 and became Associate Dean of the College of Natural Sciences in 2020. He officially takes over the role next Monday.
The Festival of New Plays has taken over the Fishback Studio Theater. This festival features 3 never-performed new plays that are staged tonight through Saturday. The plays are written by 3 award-winning playwrights: I'll Be Your Villain by Chelsea Sutton, The Care and Feeding of Restless Spirits by Allie Cantor, and This Is Crazy by Deb Height are the 3 new plays being featured this season. Playwright Chelsea Sutton flew in from Los Angeles to be at the festival. She explained how staged readings are typically done.
They're at music stands, they're on book, meaning they're reading the script there. And usually there's stage directions that are read so that the audience can imagine what is happening on stage.
The festival ends with one-day plays, which you will see in next week's Collegian Report. The rest of the performances are tonight and Saturday night at 7, and the one-day plays are at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Students looking to satisfy their sweet tooth can buy Girl Scout cookies right in the Union. Girl Scouts will table in the Union every Wednesday for the next 3 weeks from 3:30 to 6 o'clock. You can buy cookies with Hoboto, Cash, Card, Venmo, and PayPal, but not Apple Pay or Flex. There are options from classic Thin Mints to Explore More's, a Rocky Road-inspired cookie that's new this year. Elizabeth Melby has been a Girl Scout for 12 years. She said the Union is the best place on campus to sell.
Because I know in other buildings it's just a specific building, but this Union is kind of like there's food here, there's information here, and I feel like it's just a really good spot compared to some other places.
The annual cookie sales help fund trips for the Girl Scouts throughout the year.
There are a variety of ways for students to get involved on campus next week. The Art Club is holding a collaborative art night, and UPC is having a book bedazzling event on Monday. On Tuesday night, students can go to yoga in the Art Museum or join in on a bingo night with the Graphic Design Club. On Friday, BSA is holding a soul food luncheon in the Union, while Woodbine Productions is hosting the Diva Jazz Orchestra that evening. You can find more information for these and other events on Jack's Club Hub. Coming up, students showed off their animal science skills in a competition this week.
And coming up, SDSU kept it close against a conference rival. Jacob Rendy has the latest in men's basketball.
The Collegian is SDSU's student-run newspaper. For 140 years, the Collegian has provided students, faculty, and staff with everything they need to know. You can pick up an issue on Wednesdays at locations all around Brookings or view it online at sdsucollegian.com.
This week's Jackrabbit Ag Report is sponsored by SD Corn.
Welcome back to the Jackrabbit Ag Report. The legislature's Joint Appropriations Committee voted unanimously to move forward with a plan to expand SDSU's swine education and research facility. The expansion would add on to a new 600-head wean-to-finish barn at the existing swine unit. The facility currently raises more pigs than it can hold, so those pigs are being sold early, limiting research and hands-on learning. The new barn would double that capacity to keep and raise all pigs on site. The nearly 9,500 square foot addition includes space to house and feed pigs, store feed, and support daily operations. Most of the funding for the $1.7 million expansion comes from private donations. The proposal now heads to the full legislature for final approval. And students put their animal science knowledge to test this week at the Academic Quadrathlon. Around 70 undergraduate students competed in 4 different events: a lab practical, a written exam, an oral presentation, and quiz bowl. The event covered a wide range of animal agriculture topics, giving students a chance to show what they know in a team setting. Michael Gonda, professor in the Department of Animal Science, said putting this together is a team effort.
We have just some tremendous faculty and graduate student volunteers who are out here tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be a late night tonight and even tomorrow, and just the dedication of the volunteers who help, it's greatly appreciated.
The winning team will advance to the Midwest American Society of Animal Science meetings in Omaha, Nebraska. And I know that trip that they have coming up here in the next couple of weeks should be hopefully good for weather.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a little colder this week, but we have Emily DeCock with the weather.
Thanks, Ryan. Today it's windy with a high in the mid-20s and a low near 6. Saturday, temps will stay relatively the same, and it'll stay windy as well with gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Sunday, you can expect highs in the low 20s and a low near 0. Thankfully, though, next week we're going to start to warm up again, so we can look forward to that. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Emily. Like I said, it sounds like it's going to be a little colder, but hopefully we can see some warm temperatures again soon.
Yeah, we shouldn't be surprised that there's still a couple days of winter, since that's what the groundhog predicted not that long ago.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Jacob, do you have anything more exciting with sports?
Yeah, basketball is starting to wind down, so these last couple of games are looking to be pretty important coming up. SDSU took a lead but wasn't able to hang on as its men's basketball team lost 66-72 against the NDSU Bison. Both teams shot under 50% from the field, SDSU and NDSU both landing 25 shots. Free throws ultimately made the critical difference as the Bison had 26 shots from the line, while SDSU had 14. Head coach Brian Peterson agreed that it felt like NDSU made more plays in the second half.
It seemed like, when they were longer possessions and then they just either got downhill and scored a layup or got fouled, in key moments. And, I thought we just didn't do a good enough job of getting those key stops.
SDSU will host senior night on Sunday against North Dakota. Brooklyn Meyer had not only a personal high, but a program best 44 points in SDSU's 95-93 point win over Oral Roberts. Neither team led by more than 5 points, and with less than 10 seconds left on the clock in the final quarter, Masson Mathewitz scored a layup to put SDSU in the lead. On Saturday, the Jacks will play the Denver Pioneers in Colorado at 2 p.m. Denver is 14-15 on the season and is coming off a 90-70 point win over USD. Both Jackrabbit baseball and softball are in full swing. The softball team is off to a good start with 9 wins and 3 losses. The Jackrabbits will take part in the Velvet Milkman Classic in Murray, Kentucky, playing Green Bay, Murray State, and IU Indy this weekend. The baseball team earned its first win of the year Tuesday, beating Incarnate Word 19-11. After the quick 2-game series with the Cardinals, the Jacks will play 3 against Tarleton State on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The SDSU football team will have 17 new players joining them this spring. Head coach Dan Jackson recently announced the newest class of transfer portal players and said they will be a part of all spring practices. Highlighting the group is kicker Tristan Alvano from Nebraska, quarterback Anthony Rizak from Notre Dame, and offensive lineman Cooper Starks from Vanderbilt. The Jackrabbits will have their spring game later this semester. For more information on the full lineup of transfers, you can find this story on sdsucollegian.com. And an interesting thing about Anthony Rizak is in his 2 years at Notre Dame, he really didn't see any playing time, but he had a pretty good high school career.
So that'll be really exciting. Maybe he can start his legacy here as a Jackrabbit then. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, no kidding. Coming up, see how one club on campus gives students the opportunity to take a new sport for a spin.
Collegian Radio on KSDJ is SDSU's student-run radio station. For over 30 years, the radio has been on air to broadcast music and news for students, faculty, and staff. You can listen to Collegian Radio on KSDJ by tuning into 90.7 in your car or listening online at sdsucollegian.com.
Looking to stay up to date on news around campus? Collegian Media is SDSU's student-run newspaper, radio station, and newscast. From writing to anchoring, taking photos and videos, or selling advertising, Collegian Media gives students in any major the opportunity to get involved. To learn more or to see what's happening on campus, you can visit sdsucollegian.com.
The Collegian Report wardrobe is sponsored by Trends, the sustainable fit.
Welcome back. Every week, students from different majors gather to play a unique sport, table tennis. The Ping Pong Club started in the spring of 2024. It's celebrating its 4th active semester. The club practices every week at the Miller Wellness Center. Students play each other and they also compete at tournaments. The club was started by a group of friends 2 years ago. Now, club president Leo Ostegard says it's growing into something bigger.
It started out slow, but we got more and more people interested, did more and more marketing, and now here we are today as a part of NCTTA, lots of members, and growing club on campus, so it's really cool.
The club meets every Thursday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. That's all for the Collegian Report this week.
You can stay up to date on the latest news online at sdsucollegian.com or on social media at SDSU Collegian Media.
Thanks for watching.